Hi, my name is Sophia Liu. I work at the U.S. Geological Survey as a Mendenhall postdoc researcher, and I'm working with Nathaniel Plant and Hillary Stockton at the Coastal Marine Science Center here in St. Petersburg, Florida. What we are exploring is how different crowds can help us annotate photos that we've been taking along the coast after extreme storms. What I'd like to do today in this video is explain to you how you can get started with this application. So first, go to icoast.herokuapp.com. You can view the site through Chrome, Safari, and Internet Explorer seem to be the best browsers. Once you're at this sign up page, you can press sign up or sign in if you've already gotten an account set up. And if you can use your email address that shows your affiliation, later on we will also have this sign up page also include your affiliation and ask you what crowd type you might be in. So once you sign in, then you press the button Continue Classifying Images. What I want to first do is just explain the layout of the crowdsourcing application. So you have the photos on the left side and then the crowdsourcing task on the right side. The top photo is always the post-hurricane photo of the coast. So in this case, a post-Hurricane Sandy photos. And then at the bottom are the pre-storm photos. And this tends to be either baseline photos, such as here in 2009, and sometimes these are post-hurricane photos from before. So in this data set, you will see post-Hurricane Isaac. You can also click on these thumbnails to move along the coast to find a better matching photo to this post-storm photo. You also will notice that when you scroll across these images, you will see a magnifying feature that allows you to look a little bit more closely at the coast. You can also zoom or make these photos easier to look at by right-clicking and then pressing Open Image in a new tab. This will allow you to then do one zoom in depending on the browser and allows you to see the photo much bigger since these are high-res photos. I will also mention that when you press the back button, it does not go back to the images that you were looking at before. It tends to go back to this page. So keep that in mind. The best way to kind of go back to the photo you were looking at is going to the map feature. So you can press the map feature here or this little thumbnail over here. When you open up the map, you will see that different markers along the coast. The map is usually zoomed into the current photo that you are looking at. So this is the current photo. And it allows you to choose which photos you want to annotate directly. So for some of you where I've assigned certain photo segments, it's best to go to the map and then click on each photo and annotate them along the coast. You should hopefully see that after each annotation, the marker turns green, and then all the other ones that you've not yet annotated are still in red. But the current photo should be in yellow or another color, like purple we might choose. So once you've gone and chosen what photo you want to look at, then you can click Next. And what I'm going to do is just refresh this page, so it was taking a little while there. And then just go to the next task. The next task asks you if the pre-storm photo matches the post-storm photo. If it doesn't, then use these thumbnails to look for a better match. But since this is a pretty good match, I'm going to press Yes, and then Next. And then the next question is, what coastal change regimes do you mainly see? If you want to get an idea of what we mean by coastal change regimes, you can click on this, and it will then bring up our USGS Coastal Change Hazards webpage that explains these different regimes. What we've done is we've used beach erosion for swash and dune erosion for the collision regime, as you'll see here, and then also no change as another option. So in this case, I'm going to choose overwash and maybe some dune erosion. And you can kind of decide, do you think you see which of these regimes do you see dominantly, or if there are multiple kinds of responses of the coast with different regimes, then also choose all regimes that you see. So the next question and the last real task is to indicate what actual coastal changes do you see. So one of the obvious things is that there's a damaged pier. There's also tractors over here, so I'm going to say tractors are visible. You can kind of see, a little bit of sand might have been on the road there, so I'm going to put sand on roadway. And there looks to be like some dark sand here. I'll press that as well. In terms of beach scarps, I can't really tell up close. I could open this up into a new tab and see if maybe over here is those scarps. Scarps might be very hard to determine here, but I also can add additional information. I just added here that this is the first pier photo. There's roller coaster damage as well, since roller coaster's on the pier. There's piles of debris. And you can add any other kind of information that you might want us to know about this photo. And once you're done with that, then you press done, and then you now can go and start to annotate the next photo. So go back to here, and then you can click on this photo to then go along the coast and finish those. You can also press random photo as another way to see what other kind of photos are in this data set. The primary goal of this crowdsourcing application is to annotate these post-storm photos, and specifically post-Hurricane Sandy photos, and provide metadata that explains the geomorphological changes that have happened after these extreme storms. Ultimately, we hope this crowdsourced data will then ground truth the coastal change prediction models and kind of get a better gauge as to the accuracy of the pre-storm assessments that were developed, particularly before Hurricane Sandy. So if you have any further questions or need further assistance, feel free to contact me. My email address is sophialiu@usgs.gov. That's SOPHIALIU@usgs.gov. Thank you for your help, and I look forward to hearing your feedback and seeing your crowdsourced data.